kupata taarifa kuhusiana na kuapishwa kwa makatibu wa wizara mbalimbali katika serikali yake Rais Uhuru Kenyatta.
The office maintain high standards of performance and level of professionalism within the organization. And D, if the state officer is a member of a professional body, observe and subscribe to the ethical and professional requirements of that body, insofar as the requirements do not contravene the Constitution and this Act. Number 7, financial integrity. 1, a state officer shall not use the office to unlawfully and wrongfully enrich himself or herself or any other person. Number 2, subject to Article 76, 2B of the Constitution, a state officer shall not accept a personal loan or benefit which may compromise the state officer in carrying out their duties. Number 8, Your Excellencies, moral and ethical requirements. 1, for the purposes of Article 99, 1B and 193, 1B of the Constitution, a person shall observe and maintain the following ethical and moral requirements. A, demonstrate honesty in the conduct of public affairs subject to the Public Officer Ethics Act, number 4 of 2003. B, not to engage in activities that amount to abuse of office. C, accurately and honestly represent information to the public. D, not engage in wrongful conduct in furtherance of personal benefit. E, not misuse public resources. F, not discriminate against any person except as expressly provided for under the law. G, not falsify any records. H, not engage in actions which would lead to the state officer's removal from the membership of a professional body in accordance with the law. And I, not commit offenses, in particular, any of the offenses in parts 15 and Roman 15 and Roman 16 of the Penal Code Cap 63, the Sexual Offences Act number 3 of 2006, the Counter Trafficking in Persons Act number 8 of 2010, and the Children Act Cap 141. Subarticle 2, Your Excellencies. A person who wishes to be elected to a state office shall, for the purposes of this section, submit to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission a self-declaration in the form set out in the first schedule. 9, gifts or benefits in kind. 1, a gift or donation given to a state officer on a public or official occasion shall be treated as a gift or donation to the state. Number 2, notwithstanding subsection 1, a state officer may receive a gift given to the state officer in an official capacity, provided that A, the gift is within the ordinary bounds of propriety, a usual expression of courtesy or protocol, and within the ordinary standards of hospitality. B, the gift is not monetary, and C, the gift does not exceed such value as may be prescribed by the Commission in the regulations. And 3, without limiting the generality of Section 2, a state officer shall not A, accept or solicit gifts, hospitality, or other benefits from a person who, 1, has an interest that may be achieved by the carrying out or not carrying out of the state officer's duties. And 2, carries on regulated activities with respect to which the state officer's organization has a role. Or 3, has a contractual or legal relationship with the state officer's organization. B, accept gifts of jewelry or other gifts comprising of precious metal or stones, ivory, or any other animal part protected under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Or C, any other type of gift specified by the Commission in the regulations. Number 4, a state officer shall not receive a gift which is given with the intention of compromising the integrity, objectivity, or impartiality of the state officer. 5, subject to subsection 2, a state officer who receives a gift or donation shall declare the gift or donation to the Commission and the public entity which the state officer represents. 6, every public entity shall keep a register of A, gifts received by a state officer serving in the public entity, and B, gifts given by the public entity to other state officers. Number 7, the Commission shall make and publicize regulations regarding receipt and disposal of gifts under this section. Your Excellencies, number 10, wrongful or unlawful acquisition of property. A state officer shall not use the office to wrongfully or unlawfully influence the acquisition of property. Number 11, conflict of interest. 1, a state officer or a public officer shall use the best efforts to avoid being in a situation where personal interests conflict or appear to conflict with the state officer or public officer's official duties. Number 2, without limiting the generality of subsection 1, a state officer or a public officer shall not hold shares or have any other interest in a corporation, partnership, or other body, directly or through another person, if holding those shares or having that interest will result in a conflict of the state officer or public officer's personal interests and the officer's official duties. Number 3, a state officer or a public officer whose personal interest and conflicts with their official duties shall declare the personal interest to the public entity or the Commission. 4, the Commission or public entity may give direction on the appropriate action to be taken by the state officer or public officer to avoid the conflict of interest and the state officer.
Naam, mtazamaji, basi hapo ni Ikulu hapa jijini Nairobi, ambapo tayari ni hafla ya kuapisha makatibu mbalimbali katika wizara mbalimbali hapa nchini ambao walimeweza kuteuliwa na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta na kupata hizo nafasi. Kwa hivyo basi anazungumza pale ni Ababu Namwamba. Mtazamaji, ni taarifa ambazo